Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sex Advent Calendar, 25 days of sex education, all through the month of December. Today, we are talking about BDSM, and I am wearing a tank top. Nothing sexy or mysterious or fancy, because BDSM is not a thing that requires costumes or special props. It's all about what we do with our imaginations and with our ideas about what is sexy and fun and different and pushes our buttons. So BDSM is a 6-for-4 acronym. It has 4 letters, but it stands for 6 words. So the B stands for bondage. The D stands for dominance and discipline. The S stands for submission and sadism. And the M stands for masochism. Now, some of these things naturally pair together. Dominance and submission are 2 words that you're probably familiar with, where one is the idea of holding power over someone else, and the other is about submitting to the hierarchy of power. Now, this can get a lot more complex, and people have all sorts of different arrangements about how they relate to this power structure, but the idea of playing with power and playing with our relationships to one another is one that is very central to the BDSM culture. Sadism and masochism also pair together fairly naturally. So sadism is the idea of inflicting pain and enjoying inflicting pain, and masochism is enjoying receiving pain. So often those 2 things get paired together, but they can also be mixed and matched with elements of power exchange and hierarchy as well. Bondage is fairly self-explanatory. It's anything that binds us. So that could be rope or duct tape or Velcro or just our words. And of course, discipline is the act of creating structure. So you are being told to kneel over there, to act in this specific way, and to have protocols for the way that we interact with the world. So this can sound kind of scary and overwhelming, but the way that a friend described it to me is that BDSM is actually just childhood imagination with adult sexual privilege. So we are taking all of these fun ideas and creating them in a landscape that includes our sexuality. And sexuality in the BDSM world doesn't have to just be tab A goes in slot B. We're allowed to play with emotions like anger and fear, or with sensations like pain from a flogger, or tickling from a feather, electricity, or even hot wax. And BDSM can just as easily be lighthearted and silly as it can be dark and scary. A great example of this is some of those scenes from Rihanna's S&M video from a couple of years ago. There's this part where she's wearing this bubblegum colored dress and biting the ropes that are binding her wrists together, and it's all very silly and lighthearted. There's another scene where she's walking Paris Hilton around like he's a dog, and I kind of agree with that aesthetic. But like I said, it doesn't have to be dark and scary, and it doesn't always happen in dungeons or special clubs. Lots of people are doing elements of BDSM without even really thinking of it as kink. So examples of that are things like spanking or dirty talk, which for us in our culture has become pretty normalized, but it can absolutely be elements of a BDSM arrangement as well. The thing that I really love about BDSM is that it teaches us about natural variety of sexual expression. We have a phrase in the community called, "Your kink is not my kink, but your kink is okay." And essentially that just means that if everyone is consenting and aware of the risks and having fun, then it's okay, even if it's not your idea of what's fun. So if you're interested in getting involved in the community or just learning more about what BDSM can mean to you, I recommend checking out Find a Munch, and I'll include a link below. It's a great place to find groups of kinksters, which are people who practice BDSM, who just get together in a completely non-sexual environment to talk a little bit about their experiences and what they like. Sometimes it's very focused on BDSM, and sometimes they're just talking about comic books or TV shows that they like. So this is a great way to start building community and to learn more about what might work or not work about this community for you. I hope this video was a good introduction for you, and absolutely stay tuned for more informative videos all through the month of December. Thanks so much.